Hi everyone, it's Nicole and we're here to keep working on making page kits. I'm looking at this and I think this is just scraps of cardstock, so we'll get rid of that. So this is one way that I keep all the leftovers from page kits. Like I get a lot of questions, so what do you do with the leftovers? This, let's say if I open a page kit, I don't use everything in it. What I do, the first step is I put it in this container. This is just a container from the dollar store. I just throw it in there. And if I'm at a crop, what I do is my first bag that I open for my page kit, I'll start putting my embellishments in one. And then the second bag that I open, I put all my leftover pattern papers. And then the rest of the weekend, I'll put the leftover embellishments in one, the leftover pattern paper in the other. And then you're left with something like this. So for our page kits this time, I'm not going to open any new packages. Not at first anyway. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to go through some of these embellishments and see if I can maybe use those up. Now, you know, when I make my page kits, I make them, I usually choose a few colors. So because I do that, when I open up a new package or anything like that, I will divide all my embellishments by color. Now, I don't divide, you know, all the different types of blues. I just say, okay, it's a blue embellishment. It goes there. You know, I don't go light blue, dark blue, or same thing with the greens. You can tell some of these, when I get to the point that I get kind of, either time is at a crunch, like I'm going to a crop very soon and I don't have all the page kits that I want, or I'm just like over it and I just want to move faster, I will not take the stickiness off. I'll just stick it on some wax paper and then I go with it. And I just stick it on. And it lasts. The only thing I will say is eventually, like if it stays on the wax paper for too long, you'll need to cut it out. Like it won't come off. Like this hasn't been that long, so it's coming off really nicely. But if it had been for any amount of time, it would stick to it. And then you would have to, this is all pink except this one little guy, which is yellow. So I'm going to put him to the side and then I'll put him in my yellow pile. And I guess my pink pile is going to be fairly big. I'll try to put it off the camera there, so, or off the side, so it doesn't take so much space. But this takes, you know, a bit of time. Usually what I'll do is I'll put, I'm really big into audiobooks lately instead of listening to a TV show. I used to listen to a lot of TV shows when I did this kind of stuff, but I find that you're always looking down. So you're listening more to the TV show than you're actually watching the TV show. So then I decided that I like the audiobooks, because then the audiobook is going and then you can just keep, you don't have to look at anything. Like you can just listen to the audiobook, which I thoroughly enjoy. Okay, gray's over here. That's a peachy pink. And I'm throwing stuff on the floor. So I thought we'd start with that big envelope that was full of stuff. And then if I find that I don't have enough embellishments, maybe I can do this one too. But I think you know, if I do those two, I'll just put that to the side because they're cards and they're not cut apart, and there's too many to cut apart. This is only two, and I can put one in yellow, one in pink. That's purple. I'll put that in gray. It's mainly gray, and that's what I do. I just look at, okay, what's the color that kind of attracts my eye first. So that I'll put all like the metallic stuff. So if there's any silver, gold, all that stuff, I'll put all together. Okay, now is that purple? Yes, that's purple. That's all purple except this. This is blue. Okay, this is kind of big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off. And then I'll just cut around this. And this is actually blue. So I'll cut around that like that. So blue. And I don't find this takes, I actually enjoy it because I enjoy colors. My enamel dots, I'll put them all in a pile. I think that's gray. I'm not really sure. It's kind of small. Pink, pink, purple. But I actually enjoy doing this. One, because I just love embellishments and I love color. I'll just put all the tags together. And I enjoy color. But two, it's getting me to see. That's metallic, so we'll put it with the metallic. It's getting me to see what I have. Like as I'm looking at this, I know what embellishments I have. Will I remember every single one of them? Probably not, but it's giving me a good feel about what's in this. So I can say, oh, there wasn't a lot of flat embellishments that I can use as an embellishment foundation. So I need to bring in more tags, for example, or I need to bring in more labels. It kind of gives me that kind of feeling. So I might go and get my bag of labels. Okay. And I've had a few people email me and ask me if we're going to be selling these, and I'll just address it here because I've had a few people ask me. Because for Scrapathon 4, we made a file, a couple of files actually, to give out as free for the members of Scrapathon 4. And it was, one of them was a file of printables, so you can print them as many times as you want, but some viewfinders. And then the other one was a huge viewfinder so that you can make a layout with it, like use it as a background. So yes, it will be available soon. We'll say in the new year. We're kind of aiming for January, because right now we have a few files, but we'd like to get a few more. So that's what we're working on. We're working on a few things here. And what is that? It's brown. We'll say it's brown. So it's coming soon. And a lot of it will be printables, so that you can go to your local print shop and you can just print it yourself. But I'm also wanting to do some stickers, some die cuts and stuff. So we're kind of working out all the stuff for that. Okay, black, yellow. Oh, see, that's, you know, some doilies. So I did go in my stash. I have to say I had to empty this so I would have it ready, but that's what I put all my embellishments in, is in one of those iris trays. Now you can't get them anymore. They used to be sold at, I get that question a lot. They used to be sold at Michael's. They were called iris trays, but they don't sell them anymore. I think maybe on Amazon you can still get them, but I think it's like the remnants, so they're super expensive. But I do have a tutorial or a class on in my class section, and that's always in the description box below, where I go through step by step making your own iris tray. And then you can make it whatever configuration you want, as big as you want. You can make it so that it doesn't have any dividers, so it's just like a tray. I need to make some more. I don't find like I have enough, so yeah. And it is a video tutorial, so it's step by step. And also, I did the steps printing too. Like you can print out the steps. So you can watch it and read it at the same time. Oh, there's a lot of enamel dots here. So do I have a peach, or did I put, I'll just put it all with the orange. It's all good. Have some red there. Not a lot of red. I'll put that with the red because there isn't a lot. There's surely a lot of pink. Grays. Did I have grays? Yes. More grays. Black. Usually at this point, I separate the gray and the black. But usually by the time I go to put it in the iris tray, I run out of room, and then I end up putting all the neutral colors together just because I don't have enough room. But at this point, and then because I've had them all separated, then in the tray it's a little bit more separated, so that kind of helps. I even have alphas in there. So let's stick that B back on. And I thought I saw another letter. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, there it is. And it's an A. Oh, how many times do we need A's, right? So I'm going to put that back. Okay, we'll put that with the blue. Oh, a few more orange. A few more orange peachy. That's pink. Oops. Put that with the tags. And the frames, I kind of like to keep the frames together. So we'll keep the frames together. Yeah, another thing we want to do is files for like labels and stuff, because I've had so many people say, you know, about wanting labels. So we'll do labels and all that stuff. Okay, that's purple. I know these are blue, but like I said, I like to keep my labels and my frames together. It's funny, some stuff I like to put it with, and then some stuff I like to have my own like little pile. Oop, that's not, like the enamel dots, I don't like to put them with the color. I like to put them with together, the frames and the tags. Those are three things that I like to keep separate. So I don't know if today we'll actually start putting embellishments on page kits. It depends on how long this part is. I might add a few of adding pages, but I wanted to, you know, to kind of put this step by step, like live or real time, I should say, not live, but real time. This process. This is a tag. And a lot of times, you know, I have two hands, so I try to multitask. So it goes a little faster. And that's why sometimes it ends up in the wrong pile. But it's easily fixed. That's like, okay, that's yellow. That's a tag. Let's put that over there. Was this yellow too? Yes. This is green. That's garbage. What color is that little heart? Green. This is pink. Whew. This is hard to pick up. And what color is this? Green, pink, pink. As you can tell, my pink pile is out of control, out of control. We'll put that with blue, put that with red, blue, This is black. And this is yellow. This is black. Oh, this is kind of a mix. There's 3 pink, 4 pink. No, that's kind of purplish. So I'll move these so then I can separate them. I got blue, 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 blue. It's green. A lot of silver enamel dots. So I gotta use those. Gotta use them up. Okay. So for now, on camera, I'll just do these, see how much it fills these up. And then if I find it's kind of lacking in some color, I know I'm not lacking in pink, because I'm going to have to use one of the big ones for pink. But if I notice that I'm lacking in the other colors off camera, I'll just separate those and see if I can get more of those colors. I think this, because it's not like in a page kit, I want to put it in there. I want to cut this down and try to make it more manageable so that it fits in my tray here. Okay. So yesterday was another busy day. Whew. Mason had his little concert, Christmas concert. So we went to that. It was so cute. Oh my goodness, it's adorable. And I love the way his school does it. They put more than one class of grade 1s together. Looking to see what the next biggest pile is. I think I want to put that there. So like for his, there was like 2 or 3 grade 1s. Because I remember when my kids would have one of these concerts, it would last like hours. And the kids get, like, we had smaller kids. So we had like Josh along before he started school. So he would get kind of antsy and, you know, wanting to run everywhere. And it was so stressful. Last night for Mason's concert, like I said, they have more than one class together. So they had like 7 little song things. So it lasted about an hour. We were only able to stay until Mason was done, because after that we took off from there, and it was Canada versus USA last night, which was awesome. They lost 2-1, but it was still amazing. I was still in awe to see. We've been watching the women's hockey team like forever, you know, on TV and stuff, and cheering for them for years. So it was awesome to see some of our favorite players and stuff. It was amazing. It was an experience. I think half the time that I was there, I just couldn't believe that I was there. Man, did they ever try to even the score. It was 2-1. And the last period, they had 12 shots on goal, something like that, 11 or 12. It was a lot. And USA had 3. So you can tell, like, they were in their zone, like, the whole time. And, oh, my, our hearts were just like, papa, papa. Couldn't believe that they didn't score. But, like I said, they played hard. It was still a good game. We enjoyed it. So that's what matters, right? We had fun. This is a huge frame. That's not going to fit anywhere. It's like that thing there. So that was a fun day yesterday. It was, like I said, it was full. See what I mean? So now I'm going to have to combine 2 colors. I'm going to have to combine, how about gray and brown? Just because it's a bigger tray and some of these are a little bigger. I'm going to cut this. And it doesn't stay like this for very long, because believe me, it doesn't take many putting kits together and it goes down quite a bit. Okay. So we'll put that with that, this and this. And then my enamel dots, that I always have this. I have one of these, and you know, whenever I go through this, I just put my enamel dots in there because that's a good place to keep them. And it's easily accessible to me. I can just go and grab this. The next thing, oh, look at that, another A. Oh, that's why I don't like to keep my alphas in things like that, because they get separated. The only thing left is these. Like I said, because I don't have the room, I usually like to keep them separate. Same with the frames. Oh, how about if I put the frames and that together? Perfect. That worked out. So I think off camera, I am going to go through these just because I see that there's a lot of like labels in here. And I like to use those for like embellishment foundations. And I don't have a lot, too much green, and there's some green in here. There's some more big frames, so maybe I can keep them, you know, all together. And there's some more smaller frames, like, and there's a lot of stuff in here that I think would work great. They didn't make it to my first try of putting them on layouts, but it doesn't mean that they're not going to make the second round. So I'm going to stop it here, and depending on how long the video is, it might be also adding a few embellishments to a few pages, probably not a whole bunch, because I'm thinking this is probably going to be fairly long, or the next day is going to be starting to add embellishments. So that's it for separating all the embellishments, and I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.